Right now at 5, inflation is spiking diaper costs, and families are feeling the stress.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good afternoon. Thanks for watching us and News 8 Now at 5. I'm Amy DuPont.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Inflation is affecting all parts of our lives and hitting some young families especially hard. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us in studio now to explain how one local agency is hoping to address the rising cost of diapers.
Amy and Ken, raising a child is expensive and those costs keep rising. Agencies like WIC can help relieve the stress of nutrition costs, but food assistance programs don't handle every financial stressor. Diaper costs are straining families' budgets, with some families needing to spend $180 a month on diapers per child.
Just between January and July of this year, we have increased our distribution by over 16,000 diapers in comparisons to last year.
Cassie Miller of the Parenting Place says there are 146 individual families seeking diapers from the Parenting Place's diaper bank. She says that number has gone up by 36 families since last year. That adds up to 84,600 diapers for those families over the span of 6 months.
All right, thanks, Emily. If you're in need of diapers, the Parenting Place is there to help you. Its diaper bank is fully funded by donations and by grants.
And you can also help donate by making a donation of either opened or unopened packages. You'll find a link to more information on news8000.com.
Today's a big day.
It was. I didn't realize it until about 5 minutes ago.
What? That it's Eric's birthday?
That it's Eric's birthday. Not that the Vikings are playing on Monday Night Football.
No, I was talking about Eric's birthday as well. And
okay, good.
It's also Talk Like a Pirate Day.
It is.
Ooh.
Yes,
which brings me to my favorite joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Why didn't the pirate go see the movie?
Why?
Because it was rated R.
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
C.
Ah, very good. You
Yeah.
beat me to the punchline
All
already.
right, we're
She's too
stealing
smart.
the birthday boy's thunder here.
Oh, yeah, we can just do all the jokes for the next minute and a half. Why not? Take a look here at the radar scan. We do have a clean sweep across the Cooley region, and the radar for the next several hours is going to get a break until we get into about the overnight hours going into your Tuesday morning. We'll start to see a front push its way through as we go into your Tuesday, and that's going to do two things. One, we'll drop the temperature starting on Wednesday. Then we're going to increase the precip chances for the overnight hours. Outside right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 70s and 80s. 77 Preston, 77 Decorah, 78 in Eau Claire, 80 is the current temperature in La Crosse, 79 is the temperature in Volk Field. So if you have any evening plans, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 60s by the 9 o'clock hour, mid 60s by the 10 o'clock hour, 11 o'clock. We'll see a temperature right around 67 degrees. Now, coming up at the First Alert forecast, Amy and Ken, we're going to talk about cooler temperatures, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. Some places may not see temperatures in the 60s on the high end. Oh, we're talking 50s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, birthday boy.
Thanks.
The La Crosse Police Department is still investigating the weekend threat made to Logan High School, but kids are back in class. In an email to parents, the principal says police searched the building and the school is safe for students and staff. Principal is now encouraging families to speak with their students about safety. The school is still working to reschedule the homecoming dance that was canceled over the weekend.
Now, a captain in the La Crosse County Sheriff's Department denies having endorsed Mandela Barnes, despite his name showing up on a press release. Captain John Siegel, who is also running as a Democrat for La Crosse County Sheriff, said he found out Friday that his name was on a list of law enforcement officials endorsing Barnes for U.S. Senate. In a call with our sister station in Madison, Siegel said he immediately called the campaign and told them he didn't agree to have his name on the list. Barnes' campaign has not yet sent out a press release to correct the list. Barnes is facing incumbent Ron Johnson in November. A spokesperson for Johnson's campaign says Barnes has been lying about his positions and is now lying about who supports him, and that this election is about who you can trust.
The November election is now just weeks away. Today, the La Crosse Chamber of Commerce Forum invited local candidates to make their pitch to voters. Candidates from the 94th, 95th, and 96th Assembly District discussed the issues that are important to them, including the economy and supporting local businesses. 94th incumbent Democrat Steve Doyle and Republican challenger Ryan Hipsch both say political polarization needs to change.
Right now, things are so polarized. People are at each other's throats in Madison, and we need to turn down the temperature. And I've been a person who's been able to do that.
I think we're a little too far out to the left. I think we're a little too far out to the right. I think the answer, and hopefully I can provide that, is a younger generation, and I think we can provide some sanity back in Madison.
Now, we spoke with several Assembly candidates at today's forum, and you're going to hear from them right here on News 8 Now at 5 throughout the week.
Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to visit Milwaukee this Thursday. The Vice President plans to deliver remarks at the Democratic Attorney General Association Conference. She's also scheduled to meet with local Latino leaders. The trip marks the VP's third trip to Milwaukee since taking office and comes just over 2 weeks after President Joe Biden spoke there.
The former Wisconsin Supreme Court justice who led the fruitless investigation into Wisconsin's 2020 election is back in court, this time to represent a man accused of election fraud. Michael Gableman says he is temporarily representing Harry Waite. Prosecutors say that Racine County man requested absentee ballots for Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, Racine Mayor Corey Mason, and others. Waite says he did it to prove the state's voter registration system is vulnerable to fraud. During today's hearing, Gableman asked the judge for more time to allow Waite to find an attorney.
Whether that's me or whether that's going to be somebody else is to be determined.
And the judge did reschedule the next hearing for October 7th.
In an effort to protest the Biden administration's border policies, Republican governors in southern border states have ramped up migrant transports to northern Democrat-led cities.
Now, as CBS's Natalie Brand explains, some city officials and civil rights advocates are calling for legal action.
More migrants arrived by bus to New York from Texas Monday, following 6 additional buses over the weekend. Mayor Eric Adams says his city is considering potential legal action.
We're looking at our legal options on all of what we are seeing, how to address this.
Already the situation in New York has turned tragic, with Mayor Adams confirming in a statement that one asylum seeker took her own life at a facility over the weekend. The fallout also continues to grow over the migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard from Florida. The group Lawyers for Civil Rights is pushing for investigations into the transportation of the migrants.
The misinformation, the misrepresentations are seen in every step of the way.
The Biden administration and some congressional Democrats have accused the Republican governors of using the migrants as political props. But Florida Governor Ron DeSantis defended his action, saying the southern U.S. border is in crisis.
These were folks who got the transport that Biden totally abandoned. They were homeless, they were hungry, so they hit the jackpot.
We're all people, humanity. Yeah, politics aside, it's just there's people out here that need stuff.
Volunteers are stepping up to fulfill some migrants' needs as both Republican and Democratic lawmakers acknowledge solutions are also needed at the border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection expects to apprehend more than 2 million migrants along the U.S.-Mexico border this year, which would set an all-time high. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Collectively, the Republican governors of Arizona, Florida, and Texas have transported roughly 13,000 migrants to Democrat-led cities.
Meantime, a Wisconsin nonprofit is partnering with local and international law enforcement to emphasize driver safety near railroads. Today marks the official start of Rail Safety Week. Nonprofit officials, state emergency responders, and even Canadian officials are uniting to urge drivers to be careful when approaching railroad crossings. Wisconsin's Operation Lifesaver coordinator says everyone from young drivers to veteran drivers are at risk if they're not paying attention.
You're 20 times more likely to die in a crash between a train and a car than you are between 2 cars.
Operation Lifesaver showed the aftermath of a vehicle hit by a train to illustrate how lethal a collision can be. The organization also urges people against trespassing on railroad property. Kerner says Wisconsin saw 15 trespassers hit by a train last year. 11 of them died. They say the best way to protect yourself, especially when driving, slow down, put distractions away, and to stop when you see those flashing lights.
Still to come, social media is supposed to be all fun and games. That is until it causes parent and child conflict.
How to avoid what's known as sharenting, coming up.
Do you feel safe? Mandela Barnes would eliminate cash bail, setting accused criminals free into the community before trial. Even with shootings, robberies, carjackings, violent attacks on our police. More than 300 murders last year alone. Yet Barnes has even supported defunding the police. Mandela Barnes, he stands with them, not us. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The power to change your future is now. The SUVs are here. Be one of the first to drive a new Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge. Custom order your SUV today. Lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months, plus 500 retail order bonus cash on a new 2023 Ford Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Edge.
Goodwill starts with you when you shop the original Halloween headquarters. This season, as you get ready to open your door to mummies, princesses, and never-before-seen characters, shop Goodwill for great deals on one-of-a-kind Halloween costumes, decor, and more. Perfect for any ghoulish gathering. It's your purchases that also open doors to job training and opportunities, all while keeping items out of the landfill, making you a superhero to neighbors in our community. Goodwill starts with you.
Expand your outdoor living space with our huge selection of landscape blocks from Menards. Get a free estimate instantly with our Design and Buy landscaping program. From patios, retaining walls, fire pits, and more, you can design the landscape of your dreams for free. Visit the store or Menards.com to get started on your next project today. Right now, save 11% on everything. Only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Derek Van Orden, former U.S. Navy SEAL. Over 20 years of active duty, defending America in hostile territory. 5 combat tours, hundreds of missions, sea, air, and land. Now, he's on the most important no-fail mission of his life.
Saving America for my grandchildren and yours.
Grandpa, we're just going to the park.
Yes, we are. You guys ready? Yeah. Derek Van Orden and I approve this mission and this message.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Posting pictures on social media is one way parents share updates about their kids, but posting too much can put your child at risk.
That's right. News 8 Now's Dua Israr explains the danger behind clicking the post button one too many times.
Amy and Ken, experts say by posting an update about your child's first day at school or sharing a trip to the beach, parents may be exposing their children to potential abusers. It's known as sharenting, parents who post pictures and private information about their children on social media. Clinical therapist Laquita Becker says there are many dangers when it comes to posting. Once a picture or information is posted online, there is little to no control over who can access it. The more information out there, the bigger the threat.
When people get that type of information and you get a bunch of it all together, you can potentially use that to steal someone's identity.
Becker says be wary of posting pictures of children playing at the beach or taking a bath, and always check your privacy settings on social media sites. Make sure you're only sharing information with people you trust. Becker says it's all about finding the balance between sharing a moment in your child's life and oversharing. She says parents can post the occasional picture, but avoid any personal information.
All right. Thanks very much, Dua.
Experts say avoid posting information such as your child's grade or, of course, what school they go to.
Now, doctors say we might be in for a rough flu season. Fewer Wisconsinites are getting vaccinated, and over the last year, rates have dropped 10%. Doctors say the rise in COVID vaccinations could be to blame.
In particular, when everybody was really focused on getting their COVID vaccines and many people also getting their COVID boosters, unfortunately, influenza sort of went by the wayside.
So doctors are concerned coming into the winter that the general public does not have enough immunity. They suggest folks get their flu vaccinations as soon as possible to protect both themselves and others.
Still to come, Hurricane Fiona is now raging parts of Puerto Rico, and residents are headed to higher ground as that rain continues to pour down.
And in the world of weather, we have sunny skies right now, but there's a big change coming up on the 8-day. We'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
If you can hear this, you're losing energy. If you're losing energy, you're losing money. We can help. Contact River Valley Remodelers today. Our windows have been recognized as the most efficient of Energy Star 2022. They come in many styles and fade-resistant colors. Our design specialists can help you pick out the right style for your home. The best way to start your project is to contact us. For a limited time, buy 3 windows, get 1 free. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home, build our community.
You heard the Jingle Man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBV.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Get up and go!
Education begins at home. As a former science teacher, Tony Evers knows that getting parents involved in kids' education is critical to making sure every kid has the best start.
Our schools are now ranked in the top 10 in America.
Evers worked with both parties to fund schools by more than we have in the last 20 years. Evers' schools plan invests in skills training. He wants to reduce class sizes for more personalized learning and expand mental health counseling for kids who need it.
There's nothing more important than our kids' education.
He's doing the right thing on education.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Government officials in Puerto Rico are urging residents to seek higher ground immediately. Hurricane Fiona is surging through that U.S. territory.
Puerto Rico's electrical grid has seen outages across the territory, and the governor is calling the damage catastrophic. You are now seeing the moment the storm made landfall this morning at Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. The floodwaters continue to hammer Puerto Rico. In some cases, the rain totals are even worse than Hurricane Maria back in 2017.
Catastrophic flooding across the island, totals exceeding 26 inches at this point on the southern portion.
Wow. The storm hit land with winds about 85 miles per hour. Roofs have been toppled, but according to residents, there have been no reports of any deaths. Now, FEMA had folks on land before the storm hit, and while the agency is better prepared than 2017, they say it could be days before power is restored to most of the island.
For the first time, Mars has caught the eye of NASA's newest space telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope captured these images of the planet, one of the brightest objects in Earth's night sky. Scientists say they reveal a unique perspective on the planet, along with new data collected by orbiters, rovers, and other telescopes. The new images depict Mars's eastern hemisphere and showcase various Martian features, like its dark volcanic rocks and two of its bigger impact craters. NASA believes Webb is in the perfect position to capture even more about Mars, including the planet's seasonal changes, dust storms, and weather.
I cannot get enough of those photos. I just think they're so cool.
Oh, for sure.
It's awesome. Well, we have to say happy birthday to one of our three favorite meteorologists in the world, Mr. Eric Dean.
Thank you, thank you. 35 is definitely feeling interesting right now.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Yeah, well, you know, the knees were popping this morning, but
You're only 35. Come on now.
So, all right, take a look here at the radar scan right now. We do have a high pressure system that's pushing its way through the Cooley region. Now, associated with this is the wind starting to shift. It'll come out of the south and southwest as we go into your Tuesday, which will allow temperatures to go back up into the mid to upper 80s. Right now, we're seeing a temperature of 63 degrees in Eau Claire. Dew points at 62. Winds are out of the east at 8 miles per hour. Right now in La Crosse, we're seeing a temperature of 80. Humidity is sitting at 39% with winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour. Now, when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you. 61 in Eau Claire, 65 across, 65 in Prairie du Chien, 61 in Sparta. You see this map right here? This is the low end. In some places, this will be the high end as we go into your Thursday. So we'll see partly cloudy skies as we go into your evening and overnight hours. We'll see a renegade shower push its way through by around 1, 3 o'clock. Over towards the 6 o'clock time frame. Here's 3 o'clock over towards Black River Falls, just to the west of the Wisconsin Rapids area. By 7 o'clock, it's out of here. The clouds will start to pick up again for your Tuesday morning, only to dissipate in the afternoon and early evening hours. It's when we get into the afternoon and evening hours of your Tuesday that this front will push its way through. It's going to do two things. It's going to shift the wind, and it's going to drop those temperatures. Matter of fact, how low will we go? Well, highs for tomorrow, There you go, back into the 80s. Some places very close to 90. 88 in Boscobel, 90 in Prairie du Chien, 88 in La Crosse, 88 in Decorah, 90 in Austin, 87 in Red Wing. By Wednesday, we see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then by Thursday, we go into the upper 50s, low 60s. 58 in Viroqua, 60 Sparta, 61 in Eau Claire, 62 in La Crosse. So the first alert forecast for the evening and overnight hours, 65 degrees. Overnight storms not out of the question. Otherwise, increasing clouds with winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, there you go, 88 degrees, maybe a stray shower or two in the early morning hours. The clouds will decrease. We'll be left with sunny skies in the afternoon hours with winds out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. The balance of your 8-day forecast. Well, first we'll do the allergy forecast. We'll see temperatures go, or we'll see the ragweed and weed for tomorrow going into Wednesday on the low end. Mold is going to stay on the high end. There's your 8-day forecast. We have temperatures going into the upper 80s for tomorrow, 69 for Wednesday, 62 Thursday, 62 on Friday, 60% chance of showers in the evening hours. Friday night going into early Saturday morning, and then we see temperatures staying in the 60s and 70s for Saturday and Sunday. One thing to note, Thursday is the first day of fall, and boy, oh boy, is it gonna feel like it.
It's like whiplash Tuesday to Wednesday. Holy cow.
Yes, it is.
All right, thanks, Eric.
Right, thanks.
Well, spring is coming very early in Viroqua. The new mural is the warmest welcome for tourists and locals.
Tuesday on News 8 Now this morning, diesel prices are affecting rural farmers and how they plan their season's crops. And a Wisconsin veteran receives free home repairs. We'll explain more. We hope to see you bright and early tomorrow starting at 5 a.m. We hope you have a great Monday night. More News 8 Now is coming up after the break.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by The Board Store. Ever wonder what a bath remodel would do for your soul? Rejoice! The Board Store can help you find that joy with a new tub or shower or a complete bath remodel. Call or visit today.
Sick of running out of hot water? The professionals at Maxwell White are here to handle all of your water heater needs. Our licensed technicians can install, repair, or replace any type of water heater with same-day or next-day service. Call Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
These are actual crime scenes across Wisconsin. Yet Mandela Barnes supports defunding the police.
The minute you talk about reducing a police department's budget, then it's like all hell breaks loose and everybody acts like you're signaling Armageddon. But that's not the case. It's about reallocating funds.
And where did your tax dollars get reallocated to? More police security for Barnes. Mandela Barnes. Less safety for you, more for him. Wisconsin Truth Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is the Riverbank team. We're tough, we're determined, and we are the largest locally owned community bank in the La Crosse area. Across all 14 community branches, our game plan remains constant. Go the extra yard to provide personal service and support to help you and all of our clients reach the goal line. Call us or stop by to learn more about our Smart Business checking account or any one of our personalized products and services. Join our team. Riverbank, local banking made simple, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We at Maxwell White pride ourselves on delivering honest, dependable plumbing services, whether it's a repair, installation, or any number of other needs. With our full-stocked warehouse and trucks, our licensed technicians are ready to serve you. So don't just choose anyone, choose Maxwell White.
Next, E.T., Queen Elizabeth II laid to rest. We're on the ground in London for her historic funeral. Next, E.T.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
A blank wall in the city of Viroqua is now alive with spring flowers thanks to a trio known as the Smockettes.
The Viroqua Chamber Main Street held a ribbon cutting to celebrate the Spring Ephemerals mural at 304 South Main Street. The Smockettes are Stella Greendeer, Anna Kim, and Natalie Hinahara, who recently finished a mural on La Crosse's Main Street parking ramp.
The artists say public art helps make communities feel more welcoming.
As artists, when you go to a town that has a lot of art, I personally feel like more value And I feel like it's a town I would want to be in, a community I would be interested in.
Now, funding for that mural was gathered by the Viroqua Area Foundation. The space was donated by other artists who own the building.
They are very talented.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the battle for what's the coolest thing made in Wisconsin is on, and there are more than 100 nominees. They're in the hunt for this title from the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce. They make everything from delicious foods like frozen pizza to complex technology like power generators.
Okay. La Crosse has a couple of nominees, including Inland Packaging, which makes the labels for Spotted Cow.
Ooh, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Neither did I. The first round of voting runs through Tuesday, September 27th. You can vote once each day, and the 16 nominees, top 16, will move on.
Nice. All right. Well, we will have a preview of what's coming up at 6 right after this.
And the birthday boy will have another look at tonight's forecast.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Schools forced to close, falling academic standards, parents told they don't have a say, transgender videos for kindergartners, and books that shame kids just for being white. That's Tony Evers' record on Wisconsin public schools.
As a mom, I have every right to know what my kids are being taught in class. Our schools should teach reading, writing, and math, not crazy liberal ideas.
Tony Evers, wrong for our kids, wrong for Wisconsin.
Blain's Farm and Fleet is celebrating 67 years. Since 1955, we've offered our neighbors quality products at fair and honest prices. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever, so we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store, like 60% off our entire stock of Carter's Playware, 1-pound bags of Farm and Fleet gummy favorites, just $1 each. This Rubbermaid food storage set, $8.99. And assorted Blain's brand dog treats, 2 for $14.
Find value at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Gary knows golf.
You need to have good balance, good support.
Where to find that support?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Swing by for your free arch support fitting.
We're in London tonight with the historic farewell for Queen Elizabeth II, the majestic ceremony, and emotional royal family. All the highlights, including King Charles welling up with tears and Prince Charlotte's message to her brother, Prince George. That and more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up on News 8 Now at 6, getting sober can be a long and difficult road, but there is help. September is National Recovery Month.
Tonight at 6, we hear from officials working at a crisis call center about the resources available for people who need it the most.
And if you have plans this evening to celebrate International Talk Like a Pirates Day, here's a look at your forecast. We'll see temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s by the 8 o'clock hour, upper 60s by the 9 o'clock hour. By the time you join us tonight at 10, we'll see a temperature right around 67 degrees with increasing clouds. Not a bad evening at all.
Yeah, especially your birthday present is spending it with us, Eric.
Yeah, it's not like you could ask for much more than that, right?
Right.
I thought the last look would be entirely in pirate voice, though.
I thought so,
gotta
too.
admit, I'm a little disappointed there. We'll see if we can bring it back at 6, perhaps.
Maybe.
All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you in about a half hour from now.